Back to the Game Smash. Wait. All right, welcome back to the Game Smash podcast. As a fucking goddamn it, cock shit, fuck. All right, welcome back to the Game Smash podcast. As always, I'm your host, William Liberty, and with me is. We didn't screw that up several times. No. All right.
No, this is our first take.
Yep, this is our first take, naturally. So we're gonna be talking about the XCOM 2 delay, Lawbreakers, PreOrder Bonus DLC in Deus Ex: Mankind Divided, Uncharted 4 gets a release date, MKX canceled for 360 and PS3, more DLC for MKX on the way, a Borderlands movie, Battleborn beta sign-up, Dragon Age Trespasser DLC, and Divinity Original Sin 2 and Divinity Original Sin coming to PS4 and Xbox One. So, let's talk about what we played this week. So I got Metal Gear Solid 5. I bought it, and it is fantastic. It is so much fun. And the opening to this game is really, really good. Like, it opens on a bang. And it's not very dialogue heavy.
Oh,
it's
really?
Just, yeah, I know. Like, it's a big surprise for, Kojima. But it's really interesting because it's like, it's not too much of a spoiler, but you wake up from a coma and then shit gets real really, really fast. And it's very interesting. And I just like the fact that it's like, your character is sort of like just taking it all in, Punish Snake is taking it all in, and he doesn't really say much. But I really, really like that. And then after you're done this really, section, you get to the beefy part of the game. You get to Afghanistan, and it's just a giant map, very reminiscent of Red Dead to a certain extent. Like big open canyons. You get a horse right away. You can ride on horseback. But the amount of stuff you get to do in the first couple missions. Like, I will say this, I know a game is good where it's like, I don't even want to do the main story missions. I want to just do all, like, the side missions. And I'm having so much fun doing that. Like, some of them are really silly. Like, there's one where you have to, like, sneak into a base and extract a sheep. So, there's that. But I love that weird Kojima stuff. And so far, the game is really, really good. It's a lot of fun. It plays really well. I'm a little bit worried that... how many open world sections this game actually has, because I know that there's two really big ones. I know there's Afghanistan, and I know there's another one, but that's the only ones I've really heard about, so I'm worried that there won't be any other big open areas other than that. But that's just like a minor thing, because the game is still huge regardless. Like, it's still really, really big. But anyway, just having a blast with that. I will probably be playing more after the podcast, to be honest. But anyway, what you been playing for, Waz?
Okay, so I've been moving, so I haven't really had a chance to play.
Fair enough.
These past couple, I did get back into Guilty Gear because Revelator just came out in arcades in Japan last week. So, watching some gameplay of that got me kind of excited, and I went back and started practicing. And there was this really cool tournament, Summer Jam 9, I believe, that happened last weekend. So there was some really good Guilty Gear play there, and as a result, I've been playing that a decent amount. But I'm just still getting set up at my new place. Just got the internet set up yesterday, so I'll definitely have something new for you guys next week.
All right, fair enough. Well, I guess we'll just dive into some news. So, last week I got super hyped over a certain XCOM 2 trailer, and I guess karma decided to bite me in the ass. So XCOM 2 just got delayed, unfortunately. Have they given the specifics of when it's being delayed to, or?
So February. I can't remember the exact date in February, but it's like it's February, probably like February 16th or something like that. So it's gonna be a while.
Sigh. I mean, like, to be fair, I guess I should have expected it, because when I heard that its release date was November 15th, I was a little bit surprised at first.
Yeah, same here.
Like, and I was like, oh, okay, that's good. That they've probably been working on this for a while then. But now I'm kind of like, all right, now it makes sense. They wanted to do it for November 15th, but they need more time. It just kind of sucks, because it was like I was really hoping to have a really awesome XCOM game this year, and I guess I'll just have to wait till next year.
Yeah, February 5th.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So for those who are getting hyped for XCOM 2, it's February 5th now. Well, I guess, whatever. As long as they're using the time effectively to make the game even better, I'm not that angry. I'm just, kind of like, oh, why? I got so hyped last week.
Plus, what's this thing called? It's not like this game has been. It's not like we've known of this game for like 7 years or something. Like, it's not like this is The Last Guardian or something.
Yeah.
We literally just heard about this game in June.
Yeah.
So, it's not that big of a deal. It's kind of disappointing for, the PC gamers out there, but I'm sure you guys will live.
Yeah. We'll survive. But next on our list, Cliffy B's Lawbreakers. Okay, yes. Do you want me to go first, or do you want to go first? Cause
I just want to get something out of the way. That's one of the worst names I've ever heard.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Lawbreakers, dumb.
I understand that when they talk about the law, they're speaking about the laws of gravity more specifically, as opposed to just the law, but it's still a ridiculous name, especially the way the name is presented in the trailer. It's like, oh my god, I can't remember the exact line.
You either uphold the law or you break it. I was like, it's like, what is this, fucking Judge Dredd? Like, Jesus Christ.
It sounds like something out of an 80s action.
Yeah, I know.
It was ridiculous, but the gameplay actually looks like it looked like a good bit of fun. It's free to play and it's a PC exclusive for now. But Sony and Microsoft are holding it back. So it was like, if we wanted it on consoles, we should talk to Sony and Microsoft.
Okay.
But yeah, the gameplay looks pretty fun. It's like it's more of your Twitch shooter.
It looks very similar. It looks very similar to a certain genre. Like,
I don't think. Okay, you know what? You.
Okay, let me explain, because okay, here's the deal. When the trailer started shooting out names for the characters that you're playing as, I was like, okay, fine, that's fine, sure. These names are very reminiscent of the hero shooter genre, but maybe I'm, giving it, too much, backlash to this. So I'm like, okay, let's move on. But then I looked at the HUD, and when I saw like Shift QE and they're like specific powers for each button, I was just like, okay, this is becoming really, really, really like similar to it's just weird that I feel like the hero shooter genre, or that's what I'm gonna call it for now, it's really coming out now. Like, I don't know. Like, this smells very much of that from what I saw.
I don't know. I mean, like, it doesn't... I mean, first of all, like, my issue with this thought process, right, is that a lot of these games have been in development for a very long time, right? We heard of Battleborn last year in, like, June, right?
All right, fair enough.
We heard of Overwatch in November last year. And then we heard of Lawbreakers really either late last year or early this year. I mean, we didn't see gameplay until PAX, but we heard of it a long time ago. So, saying that these games were all inspired by each other is kind of ridiculous.
No, I'm not saying that it's like, oh, they're all inspired by each other. It's just, it's weird that this is becoming, like, they all have very similar aspects to them. And it's very particular aspects. Like, whether, like, we were talking about how Paladins has that one guy with the shield that looks exactly like...
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that this has a very similar HUD. Like, when I saw the HUD, I was like, this looks very Overwatchy. Like, the HUD itself.
I mean, like the HUD. Let's talk about the gameplay. The gameplay looks absolutely nothing like.
No, I agree with you in that regard. Like, the gameplay is definitely different. Like, it's it's its own sort of thing. There's rocket jumping. There's grappling. Now, I will say this: the girl with the grapple hook, that looked awesome. Yeah, that actually looked really, really awesome.
It looks more like your Quake or your Titanfall. It's a very Twitch. Yeah, there we go. A Twitch shooter. Mm-hmm. It was very fast paced, and yeah, the rocket jumping was pretty cool. you had your different quote unquote classes, I guess, but overall, it actually looked like a good bit of fun, and it looked like a nice because I always talk about how tired I am of FPSs, but I guess it's because every FPS became Call
Call
of
of Duty.
Duty.
Yeah, no. I agree with you in that regard. That is true. That I'm not trying to bash the game completely. There is definitely some creativity in it, and I like rocket jumping. I like the grappling hooking. It does seem like it's very fast paced. It's just I don't know. When I first saw that, I was just like, okay. I don't know. I don't know. There's something about it that it's just weird to me. I don't think this game is going to be bad or anything. It's just weird to me that we're getting these games that have very similar aspects to each other all sort of at once. I don't know. That's just me. Who knows? Maybe I'm completely off. Who knows? Who knows? But moving on from that, we got a pre-order bonus in Deus Ex. All right, so I want to hear your opinion on this first, and then I'll chime in.
Okay, so yeah, let me just explain how this works to the viewers.
Okay.
So they're gonna have different tiers, right?
Yeah.
Of pre-order bonuses, and at every tier you have, to tie in with the whole choice thing, because Deus Ex whole thing has always been choice, right?
Right.
At every tier you have a couple of different options for your pre-order bonus. I think the first tier was you have a choice between 3 different costumes, and then like you have like a digital comic or something else. And the more people pre-order, the more different tiers are unlocked. With the final tier being that the game unlocks 4 days early for anyone who pre-orders the game.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, personally, I actually think this is a pretty. I actually think this is pretty cool. Okay, I'm not gonna pre-order the game. I don't pre-order video games because I don't even buy video games at launch, so I'm indifferent to that shit, right?
Right, fair enough.
But I actually think that for the people who are going to pre-order the game, I think this is actually pretty cool. I think it's a nice it's a nice change to just your standard pre-order DLC bullshit. I mean, it's still pre-order DLC bullshit. Don't get it twisted. Yeah. And I'm not agreeing with this business model, but I'm like, you know what? If you're gonna do it, at least they put some creativity. This is creative. This is actually creative. No one's ever done anything like this. Some people are really upset at the fact that it unlocks 4 days earlier for people that pre-ordered the game. But I'm like, okay, if you're gonna buy the game anyway, right?
Yeah.
Then, and if you really want to play it 4 days earlier, then pre-order it and get it 4 days earlier. Like, okay, if Bethesda came out today and were like, if you pre-order Fallout 4, you get it a week earlier, best believe I'll go out and pre-order Fallout 4.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's, for me, it's like, yeah, well, people who pre-ordered the game, then, yeah, to a certain extent, it's sort of like it's sinking in the fact that it's like, oh, you have to pre-order this game in order to get all the really, really good stuff. You can't just buy it a couple days afterwards or something like that.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, and the thing that doesn't bother me so much about any of this is that most of the stuff in there is just cosmetic crap that I don't care about, right?
Yeah.
So, like I said, if I end up buying this game, I'll probably buy it like a week, like a little while after it launches to see how the launch goes, see how buggy it is, and all that shit. You know how it goes.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I won't lament losing any of this DLC at all. I mean, yeah. So that's my take on it anyway.
I mean, like, I saw, like, a lot of people getting, like, really, it's like, this is DLC with pre-order DLC included with 20% more DLC. And it's like, all right, I get it. Like, it does kind of come off that from the surface. But when I saw this, I was kind of like, you know what? The fact that this is a pre-order bonus DLC that I actually get to specifically choose, like the fact that it's like, oh, when you pre-order, you get a tier 1 bonus, and you can choose what costume you want. You're not just limited to a specific one.
Yeah. So
it's like, I kind of like that. I like that if I'm going to pre-order a game, I'd like the DLC that I get to be, at least I like having some control over it.
Yeah.
Which I do like a lot. So I do think this is an interesting idea. It'll be interesting to see how much you get from the pre-order, like, bonuses and all these different tiers. We'll have to look it up a little bit more, but I don't know. I think it's an interesting idea. Would I like every game to do this?
No.
No. It maybe every once in a while, sure. That's sort of like what I think. I think it's kind of a cool idea.
Yeah. One of the things that they announced the release date is coming out February 23rd, 2016. So right now we've got XCOM Deus Ex and Battleborn all launching in February.
Ooh.
So February is looking pretty beast right now.
Yeah, February is going to be pretty intense. Holy crap. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. But speaking of other release dates, Uncharted 4 got a release date.
Yeah. Yay. March 18th, I think.
March 18th. And it was supposed to be this year, but it also got delayed.
Yeah.
All these, like, it's weird. It's like 2016 is getting packed with a bunch of games. Like, oh my god. Like, I don't know what it is. Because I thought it's interesting, like, more and more games that I was super hyped for are leaving. Like XCOM 2, you know, and all these games are getting delayed to February and whatnot. So, it's just nuts. It's nuts that, like, a lot of the games I was really excited for are getting pushed to next year.
Yeah, like Doom 4 is coming out early next year as well. We don't know the release date yet, but it's probably going to be like, I'm pretty sure they said it's Q1 2016, or Q1 or Q2 2016. So it's probably going to be like either between like February or May, so which is a pretty big window. But yeah, 2016 is looking pretty stacked right now. But yeah, Uncharted 4. March 18th, 2016. That's really all I have to say about this.
I mean, like, it'll be interesting to see when the game fully comes out, whether or not it was really worth bringing back Nathan Drake and his pals. Like, I mean, like I said, the biggest problem, and I've said this on the podcast before, is that Uncharted 3 finished the trilogy. It finished the series. It ended the series, like, really, really well. And I don't really know why they needed to go back to it, but it'll be interesting whether or not it's a triumphant return or another train wreck. So
it's called money.
I know it's money, Fawaz, but I'm baffled by a story standpoint. Anyway, unfortunately, MKX canceled for 360 and PS3.
Yeah. When I first saw this headline, I was like, did anyone still care? But then I realized that, I actually think a lot of people are going to be really disappointed by this. Not just because it's canceled, but because it got canceled because they made them wait so long before it got canceled. Yeah. You know, like the game was originally supposed to launch in April.
Right. No. And then the 360 and PS3 versions got pushed.
Yeah, I think it was May. Sorry. But yeah, the PS3 and 360 versions got delayed, and then if they had just gotten cancelled right out the gate, or if they had never been announced, this wouldn't have been as disappointing for people. But and it was April, so I do know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, there you go.
It was supposed to come out in April. They were like, okay, we're gonna delay them for a little bit, and now in September. They tell them that, oh, by the way, I've been waiting for that one game. It's not coming out anymore. Because I was thinking about it, but like Guilty Gear, for example, Xrd, it came out on PS3 and PS4.
Right.
If they were like, okay, the PS3 version is going to be a little bit delayed, and then like 6 months later, they were like, oh yeah, remember how we said delayed? We actually meant cancel.
Yeah.
I'd be pretty damn upset. So this is a dick move by NetherRealm. I mean,
I mean, like, I think part of the problem is that I feel like maybe they put too much resources into the PS4 and the Xbox One version, and then the 360 and PS3 were such an afterthought. But I agree with you in the sense that it's kind of bizarre because I completely forgot about this. I thought that the 360 and PS3 version would have been released by now, and it's been like months. So yeah, that really baffles me. And the fact that, it would have been cleaner if they just went out of the gate maybe like a month or at least before, the PS4 and Xbox One version came out to say, sorry guys, we wanted to get a 360 PS3 version. We realized we can't do it with the resources we have. If they said that earlier, then that might have been a more, decent thing to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with you. The fact that it was like 4 months or like around that they're not going to get this game. And for people who it's like, I don't have a PS4, I don't have an Xbox One, I'm just going to get the 360 version, they're fucked. Like, there's like no way around it. Like, they're just fucked. So that does really, really suck. It'd be interesting to see, like, I wonder what they would do with all the pre-orders for the 360 versions and the PS3 versions. That's
actually a very good question. You see, kids, this is why you don't pre-order video games.
You know what? As much as I was talking about the interest of the DSX pre-order, I'm probably still, like, not going to pre-order it because it's like, this is the problem with pre-orders is that until you have a really solid release date and confirmation that it's actually going to be released on that date, don't pre-order. That's why games that it's like you can pre-order it now, 2016 sometime. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like people are saying, oh, you can pre-order Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm not going to pre-order Kingdom Hearts 3. I barely doubt it's going to come out in 2016. I don't know when it's going to come out at all. Like, God knows how much of that game is actually officially finished. So I'm not going to pre-order a game until I know it's, 100% complete. Or at least, like, really, really damn close. So, yeah, so that's sort of like the warning, I guess, that we can give from this. But I guess on more positive MKX news, we got more DLC on the way.
Yeah, more DLC on the way. Now, some people, a lot of people seem to be finally warming up to the idea of DLC in some cases. Mm-hmm. But some people are still upset about this because, DLC is the devil, blah, blah, blah. But another realm like that is going to be some new characters, some new stages, I think like one new stage and some new costume, which is pretty cool. Like, it's not coming out until early 2016, but I think I like the support that the game is getting. I feel like one of NetherRealm's biggest issues is that they release the game, they support it for like a year, and then they're like, deuces, we're done, right?
Yeah.
So you think about last generation, Street Fighter 4 came out in 2009, and people are still playing it to this day.
Yeah.
MK versus DC came out after Street Fighter 4. MK9 came out after Street Fighter 4, and Injustice came out after Street Fighter 4, and all three of them don't see any play, at least at a tournament level, right? And if Capcom had just moved on to Marvel vs. Capcom after Street Fighter 4, they hadn't kept supporting the game, kept patching the game, kept releasing new characters, people probably wouldn't still be playing it. The tournament scene would definitely not be as strong as it is, right?
Yeah.
So I appreciate the fact that NetherRealms are at the very least trying to support their game through 2016 and maybe even further. We'll see. It does beg the question: when is Injustice 2 coming out? Because I was pretty sure Injustice 2 was going to drop sometime next year, but the longer the more that we've gone without an announcement of the game, the more I'm trying to doubt that the game is going to come out anytime soon.
I mean, like, I feel like it's sort of like, they've put a lot of resources into Mortal Kombat, and, it makes sense for them to continue doing that, at least for this year. I don't know. I think if they do announce an Injustice 2, it's going to probably be, late this year. Because honestly, I feel like it makes more sense for them to put their resources into getting more content for MKX at this point.
Yeah, no, you're right. Especially since there's a Justice League movie coming out in 2017, so they'd probably want Injustice. If Injustice 2 is being developed, which I'm pretty sure it is, they probably want it to be launching around the same time as the Justice League movie to sort of feed off the hype.
Yeah, no, that makes more sense from a business standpoint to release it around that time. That's kind of the similar thing with Battlefront, is that Battlefront is coming out at around the same time that the new Star Wars movie's coming out.
Yeah.
So it makes sense to release those kind of near each other. But yeah, I guess, I don't know. I'm excited to see some more DLC characters and whatnot. Maybe we'll get some weird characters from like the past Mortal Kombat days. Who knows?
We're probably going to get some crossover characters, so that's going to be interesting. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing who they add. I was really disappointed they didn't announce any of the characters today. But, we'll see. We'll see with time.
But next on our list, Borderlands movie, apparently in the works. I don't know. Borderlands movie, I'm trying to think how the hell a Borderlands movie would work. Like, is that weird? Like, for me just being puzzled how a Borderlands movie would work.
I guess it's because Borderlands has never been a very story-driven game. I mean, Borderlands 2 actually had a pretty solid story. All things considered, and it was a relatively engaging story. But yeah, when you think of Borderlands, you don't really think of like a deep story, and it's that Borderlands is a game that's carried primarily by its gameplay. No one buys Borderlands for the story, right?
Well, so most people, yeah.
Yeah, when you now introduce that that game into a medium that's all about the story, then it does raise some eyebrows. But hey, Tales from the Borderlands, apparently it's pretty good.
Yeah, I played the first episode and it was actually really solid, a solid game because it built off the lore, and because the one thing I will say about Borderlands is that there is actually a pretty hefty amount of lore in the game. Like, the main story may be like relatively simple and not overcomplicated, but the lore in the world of Pandora and all these different planets and whatnot is actually pretty big and hefty at this point.
Okay.
But yeah, it will be interesting. I guess the only thing I was reading on the article, and they said we're really hoping to make this Borderlands movie that you want. We're not gonna. Borderlands is not known for pulling any punches, so it's gonna have that kind of in-your-face attitude. So I'm kind of excited that it seems like they want to try and keep the tone very similar to what Borderlands is known for, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know how well that would work. Like, if, let's say if Claptrap is in this movie,
Oh my
like
God.
an hour and a half or more with Claptrap, that would be pretty fucking bad. Like,
Yeah.
even
The other thing, sorry.
no, I was just thinking it's I don't hate Claptrap, but an hour and a half of him would just kill me.
Yeah, the other thing that probably another thing that probably fed into you being confused by the announcement is that Borderlands is cel shaded.
Yeah.
So when you think of all the Borderlands characters, you don't think of them photorealistic, right? So then seeing live action representations of some of these characters might not translate very well to live action. And then adding the fact that video game movies have a sordid history,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, this has all the elements of a train wreck, but
Yeah.
time will tell. I'll keep my eye on it.
I guess the problem I have is also right now a couple months ago that had to do with a wasteland setting, an apocalyptic wasteland setting. It was called Mad Max Fury Road, and it's one of the best movies of the year. So it's kind of like, ooh, this is gonna be rough. This is gonna be rough. Hopefully they play the tone completely different, and maybe that will be in its favor. But I have a feeling that a lot of people are gonna have that kind of movie in the back of their mind, depending on how this Borderlands movie comes to look like. Because if it looks anything like Mad Max, then it's not gonna be in its favor. It really isn't. But moving on from more 2K news, Battleborn beta sign up is officially up.
Yeah, so they were like a couple around Gamescom. Gearbox were like that we should keep our eye on PAX because it's going to be a pretty big announcement at PAX.
Mm-hmm.
So I watched the stream at PAX expecting a new character to be announced, the date of the beta to be announced, something, some new gameplay of the old characters to be revealed, and instead I was treated to about an hour of really, really bad jokes.
Yep.
A cosplay wedding. This actually happened. Yeah, a cosplay wedding. And after I left the stream, then they were like that. Yeah, the sign-ups for the Battleborn beta will have started. So I signed up for the beta, but I just needed to talk about how disappointed I was in that stream. It was really bad. It was really bad. Like, it was one of those things that I can't believe people in the industry actually organized this thing, sat down, looked at this, and they were like, this is going to be something that gamers are going to enjoy, because it was bad. Like, they were like, oh, we've got a trailer for you guys, and then they show us the Gamescom trailer, like a trailer that's about a month old at this point.
Yeah. That always bothers me when they, do you want to see a new trailer? And it's like, well, the people that are there have already seen that trailer. So you can't even go well, some people might not have seen that trailer. And it's like, no, they're the fans. Of course they're going to have seen that trailer by now. It kind of boggles my mind a bit. I had a similar reaction when the Transistor trailer got shown again at one of the early conferences at the PlayStation conference. I think it was 2013. No, 2014. No, it was the 2014 one. And that kind of went. I kind of went like, okay, like we've seen this trailer. You're not blowing anyone's minds. So I don't know. But yeah, I can agree with you that sounds like a very kind of mediocre at best stream at the very least.
Yeah, I was very disappointed. Very, very disappointed. To the point that I didn't even care when they were like, oh, yeah, you can sign up for the beta. I'm like, I don't care. I want to know when the beta is going to be. This game is coming out in February. We still know nothing of the competitive multiplayer. They keep showing us the same old footage over and over and over again. They're refusing to show us any new character. Okay, they showed us 4 new characters at Gamescom. But then, like, we've seen so little of this game. I'm actually starting to get worried that maybe the reason why they don't want to show the game is because the game is shit, and they're working really hard to try to make it look less shit. Because seriously, like, I mean, granted, everyone that's played the game has said that it's fine. So yeah. I'm gonna take a wait and see approach, but I'm really, really disappointed and getting irritated in the way they've been promoting this game. Like, people keep asking why, people are more hyped for Overwatch than they are for Battleborn. And I'm like, it's because Blizzard keeps showing us shit from Overwatch. For God's sake, Overwatch was announced in November. Battleborn was announced in June of last year. And more Overwatch characters have been revealed than Battleborn characters at this point. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Every single Overwatch character. Sorry, I'm just going to have a quick rant here and then we can... Every single Overwatch character gets announced. They have a video showing all their gameplay elements. They have a trailer, a really cool like cinematic trailer for them. Then they have a video showing all their gameplay elements, all their abilities, all that stuff. And then they now have a full 16, 17 minutes video of someone just playing that one character. Yeah. Battleborn announced 4 characters at Gamescom. Those 4 characters haven't even been added to their website yet.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts. I don't know if it's a situation in which it's like if we did the same thing where it's like we had a character trailer for every character, then would people just make the comparison, you're just trying to copy what Blizzard's doing, right? Like, I don't know if that's a possible thing that they're thinking about.
So I think it's just simple marketing. You have a game that you're promoting based on the individuality of each character, right?
Yeah.
So when you announce a character, you release a trailer to celebrate that individuality. Like, I've had to work so hard to find footage of this game. Like, seriously, in 2015, I've had to scour the internet to find any kind of footage of this game because these dudes just aren't showing anything at all. But that's all I've got to say about that, man. They put me in a bad mood. I was so pissed after that press conference. Like, seriously.
It's like, yeah, I do admit, like, I think at this point it's like, well, we're coming on September, we're in the last quarter of the year. It's like, this is the time to start releasing new footage because your game comes out in February. Like,
yeah,
you gotta get on that.
And in the Christmas period, no one is going to care. I'm going to be busy playing my Fallout 4. I'm not going to have time to be going on the internet and working hard to find footage of your goddamn game in November. I'm going to be playing Fallout 4 and Star Wars Battlefront. Like, you just got your MGS5. Like, big stuff is coming out in a few weeks. Like, the beta, if they were smart, they should have had the beta in, September or, August. But because by, October, November, December, no one is going to care, man. No one is going to care. It's actual video games.
Well, I will admit, if they get their beta out and advertised properly, then that might be a good thing. Because right now, I can't get my hands on Overwatch. Like, I'm probably not going to be able to get my hands on Overwatch for a really, really long time. At least I have a glimmer of hope that I'll be able to get my hands on Battleborn at the very least. That's just the one thing that I've got to say about that, so... I don't know. But moving on, we got Dragon Age Trespasser DLC. It's the final story DLC.
The final story DLC for Dragon Age Inquisition. The last 2 have been kind of shit. But the trailer for this one actually looked really, really cool. There's a minor spoiler alert. At the very, very end of the trailer, there's something that's revealed that ties into something that happens at the end of Inquisition. So if you haven't finished Inquisition, I would not recommend watching this trailer to the very end.
Kind of like me. Like, you stop me mid-trailer. Tanner, don't do it! Don't do it!
Yeah, I mean it's really minor. Unless you've seen the ending, it probably wouldn't even make sense to you. But I just rather, I'm just putting a heads up for people because it was when the thing happened in the game, I was pretty surprised. I was like, oh, I didn't see that coming. But
good guy Fawaz watching out for spoilers.
Hey, that's someone's got to do it, right? But what's this thing called? The trailer was pretty cool. It's of all this of the 3 story DLCs, it has the best trailer, and it looks like the story actually ties in to the main story of Inquisition. Because probably the issue with the other 2 DLC was that it was just like extra stuff. It didn't feel like it tied into the.
They were like side stories, kind of.
Yeah, they were mostly side stories. But this one, it's like it's wrapping up the loose ends and all that good stuff. It was a very good looking trailer. There's that one part where she's like that. Can something just stay? She went on this. The Inquisitor went on this rant, and it was just really funny in the trailer. But overall, I'm really excited for this. I'm hopefully, because the last 2 were not very good. Hopefully, this one is pretty good, and we send Dragon Age Inquisition out with a bang, because it was a very good game, and the DLC support has been kind of whack. But
like I said, I'd love to play more, and I still have your copy that you've lent to me. It's just I've been so drained for time that it's like that. I guess it's just like a giant RPG, a big RPG like Dragon Age Inquisition. It's like I need time to play it, and it's like shit. Now I just got Metal Gear Solid. I'm like, well, there goes my time. But definitely, I'm glad to see that it seems like they're finishing the DLC on a bang, which is really good. Like I feel like BioWare is pretty good at ending their games DLC with relatively really good stuff. Good to hear. Good to hear. And then last on our list, Divinity Original Sin and Divinity Original Sin 2.
Yeah, so let's get Divinity Original Sin 2 out of the way first. So Divinity Original Sin, the first one, it was made with a Kickstarter campaign, right? Right. So it came out and it was really successful. So they went back to Kickstarter for 2, and they said in the campaign, they were like, okay, here's the deal. We have a decent amount of money to make this game by ourselves. The reason why we're doing this Kickstarter is to get a little bit of extra money to further improve, what the final product is going to be. Yeah. So it hit its goal in like 12 hours. I think the goal was 500K. It hit 500K in 12 hours. Mm-hmm. And while, seeing people do sequels bringing the sequels for successful Kickstarter games back to Kickstarter always leaves me feeling a little shady. I do appreciate how open they were about it, and they were like that, it's not like we need this money to make the game. We need this money to make the game that we want to make. Which I'm like, considering how big Divinity Original Sin seems to be, because I haven't played it yet, that makes perfect sense. So just getting that out of the way. Now, Divinity Original Sin, the Enhanced Edition, is coming to PS4 and Xbox One. And Amazon thingy leaked the release date to be October 27th. Usually, I don't like talking about leaks because, it's a rumor and half the time it's bullshit. But Divinity, they said that this game is coming out this holiday season. And so October 27th seems like a pretty solid date, because I don't think they wanted to release it in November. You want to stay away from November, as far as I'm concerned. So like October 27th seems like a pretty solid date. Of course, we'll see. If it is coming out in October, they're probably going to announce it soon. But yeah, so that's the release date. And and people who bought the PC version of Divinity Original Sin get the Enhanced Edition on PS4 or Xbox One for free. I'm not sure how they're going to do it. They probably maybe send you a code or something like that. But they have said that if you bought the original version, you get this for free. So you don't have to double dip. Exactly. But yeah, man. What are your thoughts on this game?
Well, I watched some gameplay footage, and at first glance, it looks very typical, top-down RPG Diablo style, stuff like that. You got your party of 4, but what I've learned from watching the gameplay and what people have talked about is that it's a very classic RPG, but that changes a lot of the tropes around on its feet. Like a lot of the characters are really fleshed out in really interesting ways, and not like stereotypes. So I heard really good things about that. Choices actually have a lot bigger meaning, and even like classic RPG stuff, like you can't just walk into a house and start stealing all the bread. the person in that house is gonna fucking try and kill you. You can't just open up every single door because there's people that have their doors closed for a reason. That I liked a lot. I liked hearing a lot. And also there was one moment that the guy was talking, one of the reviewers was talking about where there's a widow, weeping over her dead husband at a grave. And if you start digging up the grave looking for loot, she'll fucking try and kill you, like, any normal person would. So I really like that. I like the aspects of how we talked about this earlier, but it's got a sort of a Magicka style of combat to a certain extent, where it's like the weather can affect different things. Like what the guy said was that you can cast like a rainstorm, and then when you shoot lightning spells into puddles, they'll electrify anything in that puddle, including your own teammates at some time. So from what I saw, it looks really, really interesting. I don't know if because there is a lot to take in from just like looking at sort of like 2-minute gameplay footage. And I'm like, this might be a little bit much for someone who just wants to play like a typical RPG. But if somebody's looking for something really, really in-depth and really, really gives you a lot of stuff to do, then this definitely seems the game for you. But yeah, it looks really cool. I just don't know if it would be too much for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It definitely looks like a time sink. Well, a couple of things that we did mention. It also has co-op.
Really?
Co-op. Yeah, and and the game is turn-based, by the way, and it has co-op. And how the co-op works? Okay, I don't know exactly how it works. One thing that they did mention was that you both, like, whenever there's a decision to be made, you guys make the decision together, and a couple of things like your attributes affect whose decision is canon, or a couple of other things. But overall, yeah, it is cooperative. It can be played cooperatively, even on the couch. Actually, that's one thing that they mentioned. It has couch co-op, split screen co-op, online co-op. It's turn-based. It is a lot to take in.
Yeah. I honestly, that I didn't know about. The fact that it's co-op makes this game a lot more interesting to me.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I've been keeping my eye on it, because I'm like, this. I've never played a cooperative RPG. The closest was Fable, but I don't really count Fable as an RPG.
No one counts Fable as an RPG, man. Even I played that game from start to finish, and I don't consider it an RPG at all.
I barely consider it a video game, so that's where I stand on that. But yeah, overall, I'm definitely keeping my eye on this. Once again, the only issue is that it's coming out close to Fallout 4. So, that's going to be problematic.
We're going to be busy playing this, that.
Yeah, this is a time sink. Fallout 4 is a time sink. I don't know if I'll have time for both. And, if it's a choice between anything and Fallout 4, I don't need to tell you who wins out that argument. So,
but definitely interesting.
It's definitely interesting. I might not pick it up at launch, whenever the launch is, but I might pick it up, like, next year. Maybe it's on sale or something like that. I might check it out, or we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, definitely want to keep your eye on if you're a fan of really, really long, really, really difficult RPGs.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I think we're gonna have to wrap things up. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. If you leave a comment in the comment section, we'll make sure to answer in the next podcast. And as always, I was your host, William Liberty, and
who was Muhammad Yusuf.
And we'll see you guys next time. Take care.